What's happening? I'm Iron Man from the music group theLottory, Showtime Records, and I bring to you my daily views, NBA Playoff Edition. What we have for you tonight is the immediate quick reaction to the fantastic game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors. Game 3 went down to the buzzer. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. If you saw the video for the preview of this dramatic Game 3, you will already have known the keys to the game. For Toronto, I said Serge Ibaka was giving you nothing. You cannot allow that. This man is getting $20 million a year, while Kevin Love is just eating up everybody who's guarding him on a daily basis. Valanciunas couldn't guard him. I said put Valanciunas on the bench, start Ibaka at the center position, let Powell, a small forward, let him play instead. Better defensive matchup against Kevin Love, and we need to get this guy going on the offensive end because this guy's got a nice jumper. His name is not Serge Ibaka for nothing. This guy blocks shots. He plays hellified defense. Better matchup than Valanciunas. There's nothing against that man, but it's just a better matchup. Dwayne Casey did not do that. Instead, he did the complete opposite. It was like he heard my video. Maybe he was playing it backwards. I don't know what was going on. But he had Valanciunas starting the game. He put Ibaka on the bench. That doesn't make any sense. He said, yeah, let me put Ibaka on the bench because we can't stop Kevin Love. So let me take Ibaka, put him on the bench, and bring in like 6'1" Fred VanVleet because he's going to help us out on the defensive end. That is terrible coaching. That is horrible coaching. As such, they got outscored in the first quarter by 5 points. Cleveland outscored them again by 10 points in the second quarter. Like I said, you can't stop Cleveland from scoring with this crappy, ridiculous lineup, and you can't score points on the other end. It's a problem. LeBron James finally goes out of the game in the third quarter, and what do? Kevin Love's been engaged. He's driving in, he's posting up, he's doing spin moves, jump hooks, pump fakes, killing everybody on him. Siakam couldn't guard him if his life depended on it. Valanciunas just ineffective. Fred VanVleet super ineffective. CJ Miles came in as an instant scoring punch off the bench like I said he could be, but he played way too many minutes. He played 34 minutes. But why? Why did he have to play 34 minutes? Because DeMar DeRozan checked out. He checked out the game, I guess, after about 4 or 5 minutes, and he wasn't seen or heard from again for the rest of the game. This guy played 28 minutes and went 3 for 12. How in the hell did you just sign a max contract deal and you went 3 for 12 and 28 minutes for 8 measly points? It's games like this from players of this caliber that starts to make you appreciate Jordan's almost insurmountable game streak of scoring at least 10 points a game that LeBron recently broke. You think, oh, you're a great player, you should be able to get 10 points, anytime that you want to. You got the green light. Obviously, it's not that easy, not that simple. DeMar DeRozan struggled in every sense of the word. He has zero confidence, didn't want to take shots, didn't know what he was doing, felt extremely uncomfortable on the floor, and then eventually Dwayne Casey, did he give him some help, some support? Did he give him some great coaching wisdom? I don't think he has any. His only answer was take this guy out the game. Play CJ Miles some more. This guy CJ Miles plays absolutely no defense. I mean, he was hopping, skipping, jumping around like he had ants in his pants. He was turning his head completely around, let LeBron James just walk to the basket, get easy dunks and layups. Then they were fouling him and sending this guy to the line. That was just ridiculous defense, if you can even call it that. That's to the coaching staff. You guys aren't on the same page on the defensive end. You're not putting these guys in position to succeed. You know his defense isn't stellar. You got to be able to hide that man on defense. But somehow, some way, he ends up guarding the best offensive player on the other team. He's on LeBron James. Every time I raise my head up, he's on LeBron James. He's on LeBron James. He's on LeBron James. Kyle Lowry had a terrible game as well. He finally picked it up like towards the end of the fourth quarter because he had to. He was like, man, we're about to get blown out over here in Cleveland. But don't let those finishing numbers fool you. They were very deceptive. Anybody can get buckets when you're down by 15, 16 points because you're desperate, and the team that's ahead, they start easing off the accelerator, going to the breaks. They just want the time to roll out. So you get some desperate buckets. You're hustling. You're out hustling everybody because you're trying to desperately come back. Of course you can get some buckets. And you're just chucking up threes. They started to go in. He played okay, but his horrible play led to them being in that position. He played 41 minutes and only took 13 shots. He wasn't aggressive. You can't play that many minutes and not take shots. Someone's got to score the ball. You're the point guard. If you can't get other people open shots, you've got to get buckets. Something. You can't just be in the game and it's like nothing's happening. Obviously, it wasn't working. You're down by 15, 16 points. DeMar DeRozan only played 28 minutes. He took 12 shots. That doesn't make sense. OG Anunoby, the rookie, he played 33 minutes. He took 12 shots. How are you going to play 41 minutes and only take 13 shots? If you're not going to take the shots, you've got to get good shots for somebody else. That's what a point guard does. Not only that, you know I gotta talk about this 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. He had 7 assists. He had 7, but he had 5 huge, gigantic turnovers. He didn't want the ball. He didn't want it. He gave it up. He's giving the game away. He gave the damn ball away. Did not value the possessions at all. Not like a point guard's supposed to do. Not a point guard that's getting $33 million a year. That's outrageous. OG Anunoby, I know he's a rookie, but he was still not aggressive enough. And as a point guard, you've got to instill confidence in these people. And as a coach, you got to instill confidence in these people that we want you to take those shots. We feel good about you taking those shots. We are going to exceed and excel past expectations when you take those shots because you're a huge part of our offense. We need you to do that. Not 33 minutes and only 12 shots. Why does he need to take more shots? Because he was guarding LeBron James for a lot of the game. You got to go back at this guy. Can't let this guy just free will and coast, play center field, as they say, because he ain't guarding nobody. You're not a threat. I know he's got the talent to do it. You saw him tie the game up right at the end of the game with that clutch 3 on the fast break. He had the pump fake, had the calm of nerves, just knocked down, held the forearm up. He knew it was going in. You got to take more of them shots. Fred VanVleet was horrible. 33 minutes. He took 9 shots, only hit 2. This guy only had 8 points. 2 assists. No steals. No blocks. Only 1 rebound. Why in the hell is he still in the game? He's not doing anything. He's not producing. Super unproductive. DeLon Wright is about 6'6". I think he's about 6'5", actually. Fred VanVleet is 6'1", 6 foot. If you're not going to provide anything on offense, at least help us out on these screen and rolls. When we're switching, we need a bigger body in the game. Put DeLon Wright back into the game. He only played 8 minutes. He had 2 points in 8 minutes. He only took 1 shot. Knocked down 2 free throws. This guy, Fred VanVleet, was giving us nothing. 2 for 9. That's outrageous. That's bad coaching. You got to instill some confidence in DeLon Wright. I'm not mad at Fred VanVleet. This guy's coming off a shoulder injury on his shooting arm. Of course his confidence ain't there. He sat out like 5 games. I'm like, what's he supposed to do? Come back? He's not superhuman. Hey, LeBron, you should have been coaching up DeLon Wright, letting him know that we're going to need you to be a force on the defensive end so we can switch all these screen and rolls so that these role players do not get these open looks because we're double teaming on LeBron. I said either you gotta get the ball out of LeBron's hands and let him have about 16, 17 assists but only like 15 points, or you gotta let him score like 45 and have maybe 5 or 6 assists. Either way, you can win the game. That's pretty much what they did. He had 7 assists. He had 38 points. That's about the right range. That's exactly the range that you need. But unfortunately, DeMar DeRozan didn't want to play. Kyle Lowry was super unproductive until towards the end of the 4th quarter. Then all of a sudden he found his stroke. Fred VanVleet said, I'm not playing. While Kevin Love is just over here killing, showing why he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. LeBron went to go sit down in the 3rd quarter. Kevin Love said, I got you. 7 of 14, 50%. You ain't stopping this guy. This guy has 16 monster rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and only 1 turnover in 38 minutes of huge, fantastic play. Kevin Love, my hat off to you. Kyle Korver, 33 minutes, 6 of 8 from the field, 18 super efficient points. J.R. Smith played 26 minutes at 0 points. George Hill just ran the team whenever he had the ball in his hands. He kept them under total control. Kyle Korver was getting way too many wide open looks because they were not on the same page on defense. They were switching, they were turning their heads on a swivel. It looked like they was coming to set the pick. They would turn their heads, they'd walk right on in for a layup. And then after that, they would overreact to it the next time. Then they would start doubling, leaving people wide open. I mean, Kevin Love actually missed like 3 3-pointers in the third or fourth quarter. Man, they were in and out. I mean, they were wide open. He didn't miss because of the great defense. These were miscommunications. This was bad defense being played. They just were dodging these bullets. Oh, my God. I was like, oh, my God, that's another bucket. Oh, he missed. Oh, man. Ooh, you lucked out with that. And then finally, after they realized Valanciunas was getting 8 up, finally said, okay, let me go and get Ibaka in the game. Let me go and take this guy out. Immediately, he's getting blocks. Serge Ibaka had 4 huge blocks. That's why he's Serge Ibaka. I didn't make up this nickname. He got it off a reputation. This guy was getting it done. Man only played 28 minutes, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 blocks, along with 11 points. The man only took 7 shots, almost shot 50%. And you can't get this guy more minutes. If they would have started him at the damn game at the beginning, like I said for them to do, they wouldn't have been in that problem. They wouldn't have to come back from 16 down. I don't care who you are. It's super difficult to come back for that amount, especially when you're playing an all-time great player like LeBron James. If the game is close at the end, he's just going to get the shot that he's looking for because he's bigger, taller, faster, stronger, quicker, and just overall better than everyone on your team. So it can't be close. You can't have it close. The game was tied up again. I do have to give it up to Cleveland. LeBron or whoever it was decided to draw up that play. Instead of taking the ball out at half court, they decided to go the full length of the court. That allowed LeBron James to get a full head of steam and just go by whoever it was. He elevated over old boy, shot it off the backboard. The runner was good. It was pretty. I can't take nothing away from him. That was an excellent play call. Got him the open look that he's been hitting all day. He's been going on that left side of the court, just going by whoever with the left hand. And that was a fantastic shot that he made. Kudos to the King James. But once again, the mentioning of clutch, the game was tied. So there was no pressure on LeBron James. He makes it, he misses it. Either way, we're going to overtime. We can't lose. There was about 0.3 seconds left on the clock, and I guess Toronto didn't want to complain or anything. Hearts were broken. They're so emotionally into the game. I guess LeBron is just in their head. Nobody had the sense to say, hey, shot went through the basket. There was 0.3 seconds left on the clock. They should have at least had another attempt. Of course, they didn't have any timeouts. I don't think it would have done any good. But that just tells you the mindset that they had. They were defeated already. They were ready to go back home. They're ready, well, not to go back home. They got to stay in Cleveland for one more game. And it's just going to be for one more game. But I feel good, guys. I feel good, doing these previews. I mean, you can't predict everything that's going to happen, but, what's reasonably going to happen. Now, I couldn't have predicted that DeMar DeRozan was going to go 3 for 12. But I did predict that Kevin Love was killing these boys in the keys to the game, that Serge Ibaka could have a huge impact. He should have been starting. They finally realized it towards the second half, and it was already too late. But I feel really good about these previews that I'm doing, man. I feel like I'm really on point, and I'm giving y'all not just just some random opinions, but something that's based on good, solid track history. So hopefully y'all are feeling well informed and have a good idea what's gonna take place and what needs to take place, for these teams to be successful. That's why I do it. It's not about reading a stat sheet or the box score, because anybody can do that with a cell phone. It only takes about 5 seconds. I'm trying to give you in-depth analysis into the reasons that could lead up to, and the decision making that could lead up to the final outcome of the game. There you have it. Toronto Raptors lose on the final shot of the game with 0.3 seconds left. to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 105-103. King James comes through once again with a clutch floater on the left side of the floor. Well, actually, it was a clutch runner on the left side of the floor to sink the Toronto Raptors 0 games to 3. No team in NBA history has come back down from 0 games to 3, so it's pretty much a wrap for the Raptors. If you enjoyed the video, I appreciate all the love and support. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. If you think they may enjoy the content, feel free to share this with your friends, your families, your homies, your BFFs forever, your neighbors, your co-workers, your boss, your fans, and your followers. I'm Iron Man from the music group The Lottery, Showtime Records. And it's just how I see it. Be blessed and Godspeed. Feel free to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Really and truly appreciate it. Leave all your interesting comments right down below, especially the ones where you disagree with everything that I just said. And then subscribe so you don't miss any of the newest and latest views.